No smoke, no smoke.
What's up? Welcome to All Gas, No Smoke. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. And those of you that may be new, I kindly ask that you like the video for YouTube's algorithm and also think about subscribing to help a small channel grow. But let's jump into it. So this is a question that I asked myself as we're trying to figure out which coast riders would be on for the 2025 Supercross season. Why do we even still have an East versus West Supercross season for the 250 class? And before we can even answer that, we probably need to jump into the origin of where this even started. So I think the basis for dividing the 250 Supercross class into East versus West regions, it goes back to the 125 class and also the grassroots nature of the sport. So in the early stages of the sport, it was perceived that the West Coast riders got the majority of the factory sponsorship, mainly those based out of California. Sometime around the 80s, the AMA wanted to develop the 125 class that would kind of serve as a training or feeder class for the more premier class. So at the time, that would have been the 252 stroke class and the 500s. So by dividing this, the thought was that it would force factories to look for talent outside of California. So the general idea was you paid your dues in the lower class, and if you did really well, no matter what class or what coast you were from, whether it was West or East, you would move up to the more premier class. Now, this leads us to the question, is this still useful or relevant for the 250 class today? I would say let's start here. Back in the day, you raced on what coast you were from. So if you grew up on the East Coast, you raced on the East Coast. It's not like today where we're trying to wonder who's going to be at Anaheim 1 and so on and so on. You raced from the coast that you were from. You know, now teams have more of a choice to put where they want to put their riders, but I'm not saying that they didn't have that choice back then. It was just more so, I guess, a unspoken rule or just a unwritten rule that you just followed. If your rider was from the East, you kept them on the East. They're from the West, you kept them on the West side. So next, I would say Supercross just isn't as grassroots as it used to be. While the 250 class definitely has way more privateers racing in it than the 450 class, it's still filled with a lot of factory riders. I'm pretty sure the field is majority factory riders. And I'm sure when they developed the 125 class, they were not expecting, guys to be getting paid $1 million a race or whatever these guys make nowadays. I do believe unification is the ultimate answer. This sport just doesn't benefit from having some of the biggest names race half the time. But by unifying, possibly having a 15 to 17 race series, you would see both coasts, the best names from both coasts, race every weekend, and you can see who's going to be the champ there. So, like I said, I do believe unification is the answer, but you guys tell me what you think about this down in the comments below. Do you think we should keep it divided, West Coast, East Coast, and figure it out from there? Or should we unify to have the biggest names, the best riders on the same track all throughout the season? You let me know down in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.